Why do rich people like super rich top 10 or something not do anything to fix the world? Edit yes. I mean the one. It was 5 a.m. when I made this post. Please calm down. I'm tired from working all night but had a random thought pop up. Yes, I mostly mean the US. What am I doing about it? I volunteer once a week on top of working full-time and being a student full-time. No reason to be mad here. Lol. People who hate people genuinely asking questions and trying to learn are the ones who act like they came out of the womb knowing everything already. Congrats, you're way better than me. Happy? Okay then. Chill. LMAO. Edit 2. Thanks to all the people genuinely explaining things. I appreciate your wisdom and insight. I love learning. And I do recognize that wealthy people do a lot of donations and such, usually for tax purposes, but still, I admire those who do good not for their own benefit but for others. To people who say I'm privileged and such, yeah, I am. I just wish I was more so I could have the resources and time to do more for others. I don't think it's idealistic to want to do the right thing and wish that others would too. Final edit. I'm not gonna take this down. But I'm not responding anymore. And I'm deleting the original post outside of edits since everyone misconstrued what I said. In the USA, to get to top 10 of wealth you need to have a net worth of $600K. That's a lot of money. But definitely not enough to fix the world's problems. You are probably thinking of the top one. Why they don't fix anything? It's a combination of them not caring enough and complications of it. Sometimes throwing money at the problem isn't the full solution. Because you don't get super rich if you care about other people. Because it's more expensive and complicated than you think. You're asking broke people a question about money. Some of these problems can't be solved by throwing money at. There needs to strong policy and legislation. Look at homelessness in California. The hunger and drug abuse. California is spending billions now. And the problem is getting worse. Now homelessness has become a self-serving industry. They don't have the billions in cash in bank account. It's mostly in stock of the companies they founded, etc. The dollar value you see bouncing around is a fiction based on the value of the stocks. Mostly. You don't realize several things about money. One top 10 WW can mean being relatively poor in a rich country and have a not so easy life. 2. Money is an instrument of power, but it cannot be used to magically produce things. Producing requires actual work and resources. Deciding that a stupid modern art thing is worth millions is easy. $280,000 is 90th percentile in the US. That's like a successful dentist working a full patient schedule or a corporate attorney working full-time. My wife and I aren't far off IT and psychologist. When and how do we fix the world? $250,000 doesn't go all that far. Because, contrary to popular belief, it's not the super rich top 10 that run the world. There are many governments, varying levels of corruption, and competing ideas for what a better world looks like. While it would be great if the top 10 did more, ultimately, it's the greater world that needs to make itself a better place. They already do? Many of the richest people on the planet have large charities set up in their name and have pledged huge amounts of their own wealth towards tackling some of the world's biggest problems. The issue is not a lack of intent. It's that money and resources don't automatically fix all of society's problems. Decades of data on the impact of international aid has shown that it can actually do more harm than good. The problems we face are complex, and no amount of charitable donations by the likes of Bill Gates, Jeff Bezos or Elon Musk is going to make them all vanish. It takes time. Money isn't the answer to the world's problems. Plenty spend huge unfathomable sums on that, such as Bill Gates. Money doesn't fix everything though, and tackling the surface level often doesn't solve the issue. Also, many of their efforts are focused on other countries. You may be poor, but you aren't the poorest if you have access to electricity, running water, and whatever you're typing this post on. You're probably decently placed in the world. Throwing money at a problem rarely solves it. Plus, you would no longer be rich if you do that. Also keep in mind that the world's average annual wage is around 20,000 United States dollars. A population of a country like the USA, where annual average is 44,000 United States dollars, would constitute a large chunk of the world's top 10. Your question could easily be rephrased as, why would the populations of rich countries don't care about the poorer ones? Because let's be real, no amount of money can fix the problems of the world, especially when the problems of the world are the mechanisms that allowed such large amount of money being accumulated by small percentage of people. Some are trying, e.g. Bill Gates, George Soros, but they get shit on and accused of all sorts of evil conspiracies. People literally see them as evil villains. Honestly, why even try? Being rich is a relative term. Some would consider me rich. Since I retired 10 years ago and don't need to get another job, I'm not. But I do volunteer work, so I am making my own contribution to society, although I haven't the funds to do things like Warren Buffett giving away billions. Some of them apparently believe that their actions and the causes they support is fixing the world. The idea that wealthy people have some sort of omniscient perspective of global affairs is a misnomer. Because the world being broken is what makes them super rich. There is no profit in helping others. Dude, the class warfare brainwashing on Reddit is so insane. The richest people in the world do a fuck ton of good in the world and make a lot of positive change. There is no quick fix that costs a few billions. It costs trillions of dollars over a century or more. Child hunger in the USA is basically solved. There are pantries and non-profits and backpack programs everywhere, many funded directly by the rich people that OP thinks don't do anything. Where TF do you all keep getting this nonsense from? Seriously. The ignorance is so freaking annoying at this point. If just throwing money could fix all issues, then this world would have a lot less issues. Assuming you're from a developed country, you would belong to the richest 10 of the world. So I have to ask you, what are doing to fix the world? Some of us are, but money can't fix everything. All those super rich, maybe not top 10 but still breadmen I have come across as friends and family. Whenever I ask them about why they don't spend significant money on charity or something that contributes to the society, almost all of them bring it down to the same idea: why does it matter to you? Do whatever you want with your money. Nobody cares and won't care if they had the same money. Common misconception that money is fake. By the way, it's a construct, not fake. The difference being that a construct has tangible ramifications and can be expressed or converted into different forms or things. A banknote is just a trustworthy IOU that you can trade for a car. For example, it's why notes turn back into smaller denominations of metal tokens when used. That was always their purpose. A fake's just a copy of something or never existed at all. People have this misconception that throwing money at problems will solve them. This is rarely the case. Just look at the trillions we have spent on trying to fix poverty. The jobs, goods, and services created by those one have done more to help than any of the $32,031 per person that is spent on welfare each year.